Today's page. Jesus told him this parable. A man was on his way to the city of Jericho. Some robbers beat him. They stole everything he had. Total pages. The wind soused. The waves sloshed. The boat was tossed about. Suddenly, the disciples saw someone walking on the water toward them. They thought it was a ghost. Jesus called out to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." The disciples still weren't sure. Peter said, "If you really are Jesus, let me walk out to you." Jesus replied, "Come." Peter stepped out of the boat. He began walking on the water toward Jesus. Then Peter looked at the wind and the waves. He became afraid. Suddenly, he started to sink. "Lord, save me!" Peter cried out. Jesus reached out and pulled Peter up. "Why didn't you trust me?" Jesus asked Peter. They climbed into the boat and the storm stopped. The disciples worshiped Jesus. They said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Jesus heals a blind beggar. John chapter 9 verses 1 through 12. Jesus and his disciples saw a blind beggar. He had been blind since he was born. The disciples asked Jesus, "Teacher, did this man sin? Or did his parents? Is that why he is blind?" "No one sinned," said Jesus. "This happened so that God's work could be shown in his life." Then Jesus spit on the ground and made mud out of it with his hands. He gently spread the mud on the blind man's eyes. Then Jesus told the man, "Go to the pool of Siloam and wash off the mud." As soon as the mud was washed off, the man could see. Everyone was amazed. They wanted to find out more about Jesus. Money in a fish. Matthew chapter 17 verses 24 through 27. It was time to pay the temple tax. This money is used to fix up the temple. One day, some tax collectors said to Peter, "Jesus does not pay the temple tax, does he?" Peter replied, "Of course he does." Before Peter could ask Jesus what to do, Jesus told him, "Even though I'm the Son of God, I will pay the tax. Go fishing. Take the first fish you catch. Look in his mouth and you will find a coin. Take it and give it to the tax collectors. It will pay my tax and yours." Peter caught a fish. He opened his mouth and found a coin inside. It was exactly enough to pay the tax collectors. The Good Samaritan. Luke chapter 10 verses 25 through 37. One day, a lawyer put Jesus to the test. He said, "I know the law says to love God with all my heart and to love my neighbor as myself. But who is my neighbor?" Jesus told them this parable. A man was on his way to the city of Jericho. Some robbers beat him. They stole everything he had. The